All right, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you finished this easily on Friday. Got any help you needed from your teachers in the afternoon and had a great weekend. Okay, this is the last assignment, last lesson, I should say, in Chapter 3. Tonight we're going to be doing the closure problems and taking a test on Wednesday. So pay attention. You want to find out when you've made a mistake. Okay, it's a great thing to find a mistake. Okay, a lot of people don't think so, but if you find a mistake, that is where you are doing something wrong. Well, you don't want to keep doing something wrong. It's like you go to the movies, right? And you aren't paying attention, and you go to the bathroom, come back, and you got some toilet paper stuck to your shoe, right? Because there's a lot of gummy stuff in theaters, right? Everybody's always spilling their Coke in the right? So you got some sticky stuff in your shoe, and you got a 6-foot piece of toilet paper trailing you, and you're walking out in the lobby. Well, you don't want to be walking around like that. Nobody wants to be told that they have that, but you know what? Nobody doesn't want to be told. Right? If you have that, you're hoping someone tells you, right? Yeah, when you make a mistake, you want to fix it. You want to correct it, okay? Because otherwise you keep doing it wrong. And if there's a test coming up on Wednesday, you make a mistake here, it's like, yes, I hope that problem's on the test now because I know how to do it because I did it wrong last time, right? I told you when I was in 4th grade, I misspelled the word beginning in a spelling bee. I got 2nd place because of that word. I don't spell beginning wrong. I've never spelled beginning wrong since, right? It's stuck in my brain. All right, here we go. So these evaluate these absolute values. Remember what they are. How far is 2 from 0? 2. How far is 4 from 0? 4. So the absolute value of 2 plus the absolute value of 4 is just 2 plus 4. Absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Absolute value of 5 is 5. So the absolute value of negative 3 plus absolute value of 5 is 8. So absolute value of negative 7 is 7, right? How far is negative 7 from 0? 7 spots. How far is negative 1 from 0? 1 spot. So the absolute value of negative 7 plus the absolute value of negative 1 is also 8. And again, this was the tricky one. The absolute value of 6 is 6. That negative will not go away if it's outside these value bars because they're not saying they want you to look at that for the absolute value. So this one ends up being, the answer is negative 6. Okay, if the negative sign's outside, you're not going to do anything to it. Same thing would happen here. If you had the absolute value of negative 6 is 6, but if there's another negative outside here, then your answer is going to be negative 6. Okay? All right, these are the 4 quadrants. You're going to have one of these graffiti worksheets with 4 quadrants coming your way. And what they wanted you to do was first figure out what is the endpoint for each of these lines. And we figured out this one is at negative 4, 3, and this one is at positive 4, 3. And then they wanted you to find out what is the length of that line segment. Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, just to get to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So the length is 8. Okay? Now, the hard part is they wanted you to write an absolute value expression to show you how to calculate that. Well, I think what they want you to do is they want you to recognize that this segment here is the absolute value of negative 4. And this segment here is also the absolute value of 4. And the absolute value of negative 4 plus the absolute value of 4 is the expression. Now, it's hard to write that without writing equals 8, which turns your expression into an equation. No big deal. If you had that, I'm backing you. I got your back. All right, here we are. We are now doing 3-130. And on this one, they wanted you to find the greatest common factor and least common multiple of each following. 12 and 7, right? And 12 and 7, the greatest common factor is, well, what number goes into 12? Right? 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, there's nothing. So those are all the numbers that go into 12. What goes into 7? Just 1 times 7, right? Which ones are common? 1. 1 is the biggest number that fits into both evenly. Now, least common multiple, these are multiples of 7. These are multiples of 12. I have to get all the way to 84 before I find one that's the same. And since I go in order, the first one you find will be the least. Okay? And a hint for you, that's a prime number, 7. See if it fits into that next number first. And if it doesn't, your answer for the least common multiple is going to be this times that. Okay, same thing when numbers are right next to each other, like 4 and 5, the least common multiple is 4 times 5. Right? 6 and 7, the least common multiple is 6 times 7. Okay. 10 and 11, the least common is 10 times 11. Okay? 99 and 100, same thing. Okay, so 3, 9, and 15. 15 here on this one. What goes into 3? 1 times 3, that's it. Okay, so that's the biggest, the greatest number that fits into 3 is 3. Does 3 fit into 9 and 15? It does, huh? So 3 is the greatest number that fits into all 3. I'm not going to go all the rest. Right? I'm just going to take that small number and see if they fit into the big number. Okay, now, least common multiple. 3 goes into 15, so the least common multiple of 3 and 15 is 15. I can't get a smaller multiple of 15 than 15 times 1. 3 goes into 9, so the least common multiple of 3 and 9 is 9. But 9 and 15, 9 doesn't fit into 15. I have to find a number that 9 and 15 both fit into, and that's going to end up being 45. Okay, 20 and 30. Biggest number that fits into both, I got 1 times 20, I got 2 times 10, I got 4 times 5, 30, 1 times 30. Right? I got 2 times 15. I got 3 times 10. I got 5 times 6. Yeah, 1's the same. 2's the same. Okay? 10 is the same. 10 is the biggest, the greatest that fits into both. Okay? Now, multiples of 20, 20, 40, 60. Oh, 30 goes into 60, huh? That's going to be 60. All right, 3-131A, it says that you want to draw that picture, and then they've been represented of a 100% block. Okay, write each portion in at least 2 different forms. So that is 5 hundredths. You can write it like that. You can write 5 hundredths like that, and you can also say that is 5%. I did it in 3 different ways. I can do fourth. What's the fourth? Simplify this. 1 goes into 5 one time, 1 goes into 20, or 100 20 times. So all of these are ways of writing that. Okay. On B, I'm not going to draw the picture on that one. But look, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full rows of 10, and then 5. So they had 75%, 75 hundredths, which simplifies. 25 goes into the top 3 times the bottom 4, and 75 hundredths can also be written as 75 hundredths. And if you weren't looking when I said that, you said, how come he's repeating himself? 75 hundredths is 75 hundredths, right? All right, I was changing the denominators on these so I can add those, and I decided to change these to 20ths. Remember, the smallest number that 4 and 5 both fit into is 20, right? But again, you don't have to find the small denominator that's common. You just want to find a common. So you can always just multiply the 2 denominators. Okay, you might have bigger numbers and have to simplify when you get done, but no big deal, right? If you get stuck. So I did 4 times 5 to get 20. I don't put a 5 there. I put 3 times 5. Okay, and I did 5 times 20 there. Don't just put a 4 there. Make sure you're saying this times 4. Now that ends up being, right? So this is danger one. You can do it right. So 15 of these things plus 4 more of these things equals 19 of these things. Okay, 5/8 and 4ths. 4 fits into 8, so I get to leave 5/8 as 5/8. Do half the work. 4 times 2, 1 times 2. 5 of these things minus 2 of these things equals 3 of these things. 2/3 and 9ths. 3 fits into 9, so I'm leaving my 5/9. I did 3 times 3. Don't put a 3, put a 3 there. I did 3 times 3, so I got to go 2 times 3. 6/9 plus 5/9 is 11/9. Now that's improper. You want to make it so it's not improper? Then Then don't forget 9/9 is 1 whole. I'm going to make that 1 whole. And if I use 9 of these things, how many do I have left? 11 minus 9. 1 and 2/9. Okay, 3/4 and 1/6, they both go into 12. 4 times 3, so I go 3 times 3. 3/4 is 9/12. I did 6 times 2, so I got a 1 times 2. 1/6 is the same as 2/12. And I have 9 minus 2, ends up being 7. Okay, hopefully you did well on that. That's it. Boom. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Santa student.